A big truck shoved itself in front of me. As the diesel engine roared away, I noticed something, or some things, dangling from its hitch. Naturally, I thought to myself, too much testosterone. As he turned left through the intersection, I saw that it was actually a woman behind the wheel. "You've got cojones, chickie," I said out loud. But aren't those hanging sacs about the most vulnerable part of the male anatomy? By comparison, the female womb is one of the strongest muscles we humans possess. Of course, it's normally just an ignored egg-shaped organ until we see it stretched to the size of a watermelon, awakened with a life of its own to press and push a baby out into the world for hours on end. So what should that lady have had hanging from her truck hitch? Heather was the first of my friends to have a baby, which she did naturally. A few months later, Elizabeth went into labor so quickly that her baby flew out in the back seat of their car just seconds from the hospital. Meanwhile, Deidre was becoming a doula, showing us videos of water births, of babies being born in the Black Sea, a very different picture than I had had before. So when I got pregnant, I wanted to have my baby at home. I found a certified nurse midwife who attended home births, and I threw myself into preparing in every way I could. My water broke in the evening, and I immediately felt elation, and then the glowing pain of back labor spinning around my spine. All night long, my powerful uterus worked. I wondered if we would have a baby by morning. I walked, I tried all sorts of positions during contractions, danced, did everything I could to move that posterior baby until the next afternoon when the midwife said, "Get some sleep. This is going to be a long labor." Later, I awoke as my husband slept on. It had been 20 hours since labor had begun in earnest, and here I was, dragging around in bed, when all I wanted was to get busy pushing this baby out. Why was my womb so flimsy when Elizabeth's had been so efficient? Would all of my preparation and intention lead to the hospital anyhow? I opened one of the plastic eggs from my baby shower that my girlfriends had filled with encouraging notes. "You are strong," read one. I felt weak. "Love, love, love," said another. This was like reminding me of gelato in the midst of the stomach flu. And then I read this: "Don't panic. I am with you. I'll give you strength. I'll hold you steady. Keep a firm grip on you." Tears sprung to my eyes. These words felt spoken to me, like the promise of a great invisible doula. On the second night, I labored on, more vigorously now. It seemed this baby was here, and I climbed into the birthing pool. But my contractions only slowed again. I got out, dried off, returned to the birthing ball. A few hours later, it was morning number 2, and everyone was feeling like zombies. "You have some choices," the midwife said. "Think about them while you take a shower." It had been 36 hours since labor had begun. How could I give in and go to the hospital where I was sure to have a C-section? I had tried so hard to give my baby what I thought was best. I had done everything I knew how to do. My doula spoke through the shower curtain. "You know, Sarah, if you go to the hospital with some Pitocin, you could still give birth to this baby yourself." I cried as my belly again tightened. My husband was laid out on the floor next to our bed, emotionally wasted. I had to make this decision on my own. The doula's words somehow held out a hand, offered some hope. Okay, I said, letting the water wash away my tears and release the tight grip of my determination. A lightness came over me. I was still having a baby. At the hospital, I took Pitocin and later a narcotic. At 6:18 that evening, 43 hours after my water had broken, Melanie Sweet Pea Fusté flew into the world with a head like Queen Nefertiti. But she was perfect. No, male paraphernalia dangled from the rear of your truck is not the most robust symbol of power. But neither is the mighty womb. In truth, the greatest power comes a little higher when we let go of the outcomes we so long for and surrender our heart's desires for ourselves, for our children. Power comes when we yield to the care of a great mother who says, "Don't panic. I am with you. I'll give you strength. I'll hold you steady. Keep a firm grip on you."